This is going to be an epic event this homecoming weekend. It's gonna be so much stuff to do, man. Y'all, yeah, I'm talking about we're gonna be covered up. But the thing about it is that Chicago has a lot to see, man. This is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. So, fortunately, Mr. Chatman took it upon himself. And in case y'all didn't know, Willie Chatman is Sam Chatman's cousin, just so you know. Willie has taken it upon himself to add an attraction to the homecoming. It is going to be the Chicago Mecca Steppers Bus Tour, you guys. I'm excited about it because this is going to give people who have been there a few times and people who have never been there an opportunity to see just how beautiful this city really is. Now, the tours, this is what they're going to do. You're going to see some things in the city, but the tour is designed for this. Because we are sticklers, myself and particularly Mr. Reggie Miles, Conversations, y'all don't forget him every single Monday at 7 o'clock. Great content, excellent history lessons. We are serious about making sure that we further the culture and that people understand what this step in life is all about, because we about that life, right? So here's what we're going to do. You're going to have an opportunity to get on the bus. Now, you got two choices. You're going to have a West Side tour and you got a South Side tour. Now, both of these tours are going to take you by the places that you've always heard about. So think about all the times you've heard people when they talk about, oh, we went to this club and we go to that club and we used to go to this club at such and such a time. Well, the tour is going to take you by a lot of these places. A lot of these clubs, some of them are still open. Many of them are not. Some of them are actually torn down. But just to give you an example, some of the historic hotspots that you're going to visit are going to be What's Poppin', the Kingman's Club, Green Bunny, Ophelia's, the Rose, Brothers Palace, the Dorchester, Noble, the Dungeon, the Fort, the Godfather, Purcell Hall, the Sheba, Heroes. The list goes on, y'all. This is going to be a very interesting an interesting tour. The tour guides are going to be people, I'm going to wait and talk about those. We're going to talk about those in a minute. But the tour guides are going to give you a feel and an idea and a vision of what that was like being in those places back in those times, and some of the ones that are currently still available right now today. So that the next time you come to Chicago, you will have a great lay of the land and a clear understanding of where things were, where things are, and how to navigate the city. This, to me, is a great opportunity. Antonita, yes, the other place absolutely is on that list. And unfortunately, it is one of those places that is no longer existent. It is a vacant lot as we speak. So, I personally, I'm actually kind of looking forward to myself. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but I am looking forward to it because I know that it's going to be exciting. I'm going to tell y'all, every time the producer lady and I have had the opportunities to take people with us back home to Chicago that are from other places and places that we've lived, the thing I love about it the most is kind of like being a proud parent almost. You take people to these places and they go there sometimes not really knowing exactly what to expect. And it's because, you guys hear us say a lot of things. We talk a lot about the things that happen in the places that we went and the people that we know and those type of things. But it doesn't really register until they get to the city. For all of y'all who have never been to Chicago, and this is going to be your first experience. Now, I want you to come back and tell me if what I'm about to say is wrong. When you leave Chicago from this event, your entire perspective and ideas about what we do, how we do, and why we do is going to be dramatically different. I've watched this play out over and over and over again. We can explain it, we can talk about it, and we can try to paint a picture that you get a visual in your head, but I promise you it does no justice for the city and what's really going on in the city. It is an amazing thing because think about it. Most places that are across the country that are not Chicago, of course, some of y'all only get to dance maybe once a month, twice a month. If you're in a big enough city where people get to move around and you know, you have different groups and they'll do an event this weekend, somebody do an event that weekend. Okay, you might get to dance. If you're in a city that's got it like that, you might be able to get a dance once a week, maybe if you're lucky. If you're real good, you might be able to do that. But in Chicago, you can dance every single day, every day. And every day there are multiple sets going on. And it doesn't really matter because they're all crowded. You can go to any set you choose to go to, and there's going to be a crowd in there. Now, that's when you have to start differentiating between your crowd. And when I say what I mean when I say your crowd is the people that you gravitate toward in terms of the dance, because we have elder steppers and the music is one way. We have very young steppers and the music is another way. We have people who are more original type dancers and they do things a different way. Then you have your new school, old school crew. They do things a certain way. And the beauty in it is that you get to pick and choose how you feel. Unfortunately, that option is not available across the country. And what most people are operating in is a rudimentary understanding of what all of this is. When you get here, you're going to get to see some of the fine details. You're going to literally be going down rabbit holes. It is going to be amazing. I promise you it is. It almost makes me wish I wasn't from Chicago so I could see it for the first time. Hell, sometimes I do look at it that way, you know. And just as an example, let's just say on a Thursday, right? You go to Chicago on a Thursday. You can choose between the Blue Note, where Myron R plays every single Thursday, or you can go out to what is now Noble Lounge, Noble Entertainment Center, which used to be the Dorchester, which before that, many years ago, used to be called the Nimbus. And it's always had steppers there. But either way, you can switch between either place on a Thursday. One of them is on the far west side, one of them is on the far south side. So depending on where you live, you can pick and choose, or whatever your crowd is, you can go to either one. But it doesn't matter because both places have healthy crowds full of dancers. Tonight, they're at the Harbor. And matter of fact, the Harbor was popping so hard 2 weeks ago. The Harbor Master, and when I say the Harbor, it's literally on Lake Michigan where all of the boats are kept. We usually, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say this, but it's considered the black part of the lake where the black folks harbor their boats. I'm talking about some nice boats too. Anyway, but the Harbor Master and the city literally shut them down 2 weeks ago because there was too many people out there. Just to give you an idea. And the people out there chilling, they got the chairs, drinking and kicking and hanging out on the lake, man, with the sun going down, dancing to steppers music. Man, that is some beautiful, beautiful stuff right there. Just to give you an example. So when you come to a place like this and you have the opportunity to enjoy this. Now, the other thing about it, and we're going to get Irie and Keith C and Mona and Keith Hubbard back on the line before the event, sometime this month, before the homecoming actually kicks off. And we're going to talk about it a little bit more. But I need y'all to understand the depth, the girth, the strength of what we are about to all experience, including myself. I've been around this all my life, but I can tell you honestly and truly, there has never been an event like the one that's going to take place at the end of August. It is going to be absolutely amazing. I already know it. There are people coming in here from all over the country. I mean, just like not like just a regular set where people come in. I'm talking about this people coming from everywhere. People who are from Chicago who haven't been home in 20 years are coming home for this set. There are people that are going to be in the building. Ellen Ellis, what's up? My girl Dodie in the building. How you doing? C4L, baby, blue and gold. That's one of my people right there from way back in the day. Hey, Grace, I see you.
Hey, Dodie.
This is going to be, hey, Riri, this is going to be one of the most epic sets that we have had in this community to date. As it stands right now, I believe the numbers that are being expected are in the neighborhood of 6,000. I'm sorry, above 6,000. There are going to be people at this set who do not travel, Chicagoans, people who, been living there all their life. Grace Holden, I see you. And they don't travel. There will be people there you have never laid eyes on in that step. They're going to be there. I know people who haven't stepped in years. They're going to be there. This is going to be amazing. And the only ones I'm accounting for right now at this point really are people who bought rooms, people who got rooms and people who are, just kind of on the peripheral right there. I ain't getting ready to talk about the people that's just going to walk through the door that we don't even know that's on that roster that's going to walk through the door and pay as they go. This thing is going to be ridiculous. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going down. Where Willie at? He'll be on here in a second, y'all. He's a pretty punk. This is one of the things I like about people like Willie. He's pretty punctual and on his square. Let me check my phone and see where he at. He 2 minutes out, 3 minutes out. All right, Willie, we gonna fall out. Let me see what he got going on. I ain't gonna hold it against him, but I'm one of those punctual folks. Let me see. Let's go. Here, I'm gonna put let's go in there, y'all. If you down at the harbor and you on here and you see Willie, you tap him on the shoulder, say Brian Forbes, and get your tail on the thing, you dig? Hey, Mona right there. How you doing, Mona? So this thing is going to be literally one of the, you know what? We call them, what do we call them? The large sets or the large events. This right here is a super mega stepping event. I'm gonna take it to another level. Super mega. It's gonna be huge. This thing is gonna be off the chain. Hey, Patrice Robbins, Sherry Brown in the building. Listen, PB, I see you. If there's ever in the workshops, oh my God, if I can't even, y'all, if there is anything in this stepping game that you don't have, that you need to be in Chicago. It's going to be there. There are so many workshops. Now, I've had several people call me and ask me about the ticketing and how this whole thing works, because a lot of people, unfortunately, never had an opportunity to go. Riri, call Willie, tell him I said get his tail on here. Who have never had the opportunity to go to Steppaganza, for example, which was an event given by Irie Israel, the Cat in the Hat. And Steppaganza worked the same way. It's the same format. When you book your room, you get automatically 2 free passes for the entire weekend. That is the can't beat free format. Book your room. The weekend passes come with it. Period. All inclusive. Everything there is. The workshops, the events, everything. Not the bus tour. The bus tour is extra. But if you've never done that, just be clear. Book your room. 2 free passes, all inclusive for the weekend. So you're not paying for the event. All you're paying for is your room. And the rooms, I'm not sure where they're at on the money with the rooms now. Mona, you on here, maybe put a little thing in there so we can, so I can get that information right quick. But last I checked, the rooms were $150. You can't beat that. $150 a night, and everything else is included. Come on now, y'all know what it is. Now I'm gonna be there for an entire week. Sheila White says Steppaganza on steroids. Yes, that's exactly what this is. Steroids, nitrous oxide, nitrate. Hey, look, if you could put a booster in it, rockets, that's what it is. That's what this is going to be. This is going to be a fantastic, fantastic time, and I am looking so forward to it. Lisa Luckett in the building. What's up, lady? That's my homie right there. Hey, Darlinda, and Miss Darlinda Russell in the building. One of our tour guides, as a matter of fact, you guys. Darlinda is going to be doing the West Side tour. And we're going to, well, I said I wasn't going to talk about that part till Willie got on here, but he ain't on here yet, so we're going to keep having that conversation. Anyway, Darlinda is going to be one of your hosts on the tour, and she's going to give you some insight as to what the community was like on that part of town. Now, it's funny that because that topic comes up sometimes, and, you know, there's always us Southsiders and the West Siders, you know, we tend to have little battles now and then because, you know, usually when we talk about stepping, depending on what perspective we're coming from, we usually talk a lot about the South Side, but the West Side had its places and it had its things going on as well. Two of the places that I remember from the West Side was Brothers Palace and the Rose. Those were two places that I would frequent because I wasn't one of those, like I'll go to some smaller spots on the South Side, but I wouldn't hit too many of the small spots on the West Side, and that was just my thing, you know. Dennis Howard Hodges said $1,492 for 6 days. Pastor D, you hanging out for real, ain't you? Lamar Lamar says, or suggest only having a tour guide if the first time. Yeah, that's also a great thing, Lamar. I agree with you. It does not hurt if you know somebody that you're good with in the city. And listen, y'all, I'm going to tell you like I always tell y'all, be sure to vet people before you start calling people your friend and all that kind of stuff, because we don't want to see nobody get caught up with somebody they ain't got no business hanging around and it turned into a problem. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just one of those things. I'm always, because I want to, as much as I love y'all, I also want to protect y'all. I don't want to see you get caught up in nothing. Make sure that you're dealing with people that you can trust, that are trustworthy. You dig? All right. Willie, you got your mic on, sir?
Can you hear me? Yes, it is.
Yeah, there he is. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Willie Chatman. You there? What's up, family?
My man, 100 grand. I'm standing tall. We here at the 95th Yacht Club. You know, we have to be out here promoting and doing the things that make it happen in Chicago for the Chicago homecoming. Steppagather in Chicago 2025, baby, and we're ready.
Well, that sounds like it, man. Listen, so I was giving everybody a bit of an overview for what's going to happen in regard to the tour itself. Before we do that, though, I want to talk a little bit about you before we get into the details too much. So ahead. Willie, tell us what the Chatman Xperience is, bro.
Well, because
it ain't just this. Tell us how you get down for real.
Well, you know it. Anything that Chatman Xperience do, it has to be done with class. You know, we don't do the party bus, but we do sip and drink margaritas. Okay. You know, this started, you know, almost 40 years ago. My intervention with this started during the first Million Man March, when I only had one bus and realized, man, I let a lot of people down because there were a lot of grown men crying because they couldn't get on the bus. And I'm like, man, there's a need for this. So the next one came around. I had 12 buses, plus I was over the committee for the Million Man March, and we know how big that was.
Right.
This event in Chicago, this coming August, Labor Day weekend, I'm comparing it to the Million Man March.
My man.
This attendance,
yes, sir,
is going to be off the chain. I'm trying to get the people from out of town to do the Steppers bus tours that the Chatmans will be doing, it looks like, Brian, the Chicago people are buying the tours up like they don't even live here.
Really?
I'm going to have to shut it down. I'm going to shut it down because I want the people from out of state to do this. This wasn't for
Man,
Chicago.
that's crazy.
I love Chicago.
That's crazy.
I have one bus already sold out after posting this three hours ago. Well, I didn't
my
post
God.
it. I just sent it to a few people.
Bruh,
but I want
really?
my out-of-town people to experience this. This is for them. They need the culture of Chicago.
I know. I was just saying that.
You don't have anything. It's just like black people going into foreign land, Asian foreign land, trying to tell them how to eat. No. You all come to Chicago, you're going to eat Chicago culture.
Oh, my God.
You're going to step Chicago culture.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. See, y'all telling my audience, y'all understand what I'm saying now? This thing is going to be so epic, man. It's going to be insane. I don't know how you top this. I think we said that about Steppaganza, but here we are.
They said, hey, Steppaganza in Chicago. It was great that they did Steppaganza in St. Louis. I mean, I loved it. You know, you and I and your family and my family, we all chopped it up together, brother.
That's
Beautiful
right.
thing.
That's right.
Some people say it should have been in Chicago. No, it shouldn't. It happened during the time that it should have happened.
Nah. That part right there. Everything is timing. I just talked about it on the show last week. Timing is everything, man.
When you put bread in the oven, it takes time for it to rise.
Yes,
if you don't have any yeast, it won't rise. It has the yeast now, brother.
Facts.
And the bread is about to rise.
Ooh-wee. You gotta love it, man. Listen, this is what I've been telling people. You know, the stepping game, see, we've been in our infancy for a while now. We're starting to grow up. The game is starting to grow up, man. We're starting to, this thing is about to turn into something else. And that's why it's so important for us to continue to make sure that the culture is left intact in its proper, perspective, and that people get this thing the way that it really is, and not all of these created narratives and all this BS that other people want to make up. That ain't what it is, man. We're going to show you what it is.
They don't have a clue. If you don't come to Chicago, you don't have a clue. Hey, I'm from Memphis. But I've been here 40 years.
That's right.
And I wasn't raised in the game. I was born in the game. I'm a Chatman. DJ Sam Chatman.
That's right.
I couldn't help but to grow up.
That's right.
I couldn't help but to grow up in the culture.
Facts on facts, brother.
To grow up in the culture. And that's why.
Go ahead.
That's why I didn't want to do this. I did want to, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But after Sam called me and told me, you got to do it. Rudy Dutton called me. He said, you got to do it.
Hey, man.
Brian Forbes bringing people to Chicago for tours, but he's in his van and in his car. He can only accommodate the most 7 people. I got to do it.
That's right. Facts, man.
We got to do it, man.
Facts.
This is the culture. So we're going to be doing stepper tours. We're going to do a West Side stepper tour for the West Side, where all of the Steppers clubs was up and down Madison, Brother Palace, the Keyman Club, the Rose, and we coming back to the South Side, and we're gonna do a South Side tour.
Right.
South Side tour. Where how can you come to Chicago and you not go by where the dungeon was? Some of these places, they might be torn down, but it's like going by to see someone that was buried. You pay homage to them.
That's right.
You pay homage to the ones who are gone after you.
Okay, so Willie, let's get into the details right quick, because I think everybody kind of got a real good idea how epic this is all going to be. So on Friday, August 29th, from 9 a.m. and 12:30 p.m., you got a tour.
Yes.
Okay. And then on Saturday, August 30th, from 1 at 8 a.m. and 1 at 11:30 a.m. Now, and it says, experience Chicago like never before. Ride through the city of Chicago with some of the most legendary stepping connoisseurs as your guides. Now, you can pick on the flyer, you guys, for those of you in the audience, We'll be posting those flyers on my page. I believe there's some on my page. If it's not, there will be. And on the Inside Steppin page. And you can go on there. You've got two options. There are two of the thingy things, I can't think of the name of them, that you use your phone and you can choose which tour you want to go on. Now, it's $35 per person if paid by August 22nd, $40 per person after August 22nd. The bonus experience, you got the Chicago Steppers Stone Cold Cookout. So add $15 per person round trip for transportation to and from the hotel, $10 one way. So even after the tours, you guys, if you want to go to the picnic on Sunday, you can also get one of the buses to take you there and bring you back for an extra fee.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not even going to go over this whole list of places because it's way too many. Y'all don't understand how we step in Chicago. You got to read the list. The list is about 30 places strong at least.
And that's just the list, but the overall is probably about 100.
Yeah. But on the list, you're only gonna see about 40 of them, something like that. Now, you guys, the QR codes. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a brain fart here. Now, also, and when you want information, you guys are going to be contacting the producer lady. Her phone number is on the flyer. Poppy Forbes, her number is there, 678-857-1900. Or Coach Chatman, 773-817-2512, y'all. Now, let's get into the talent, right? So on this bus tour, you're going to have, number one, Willie Chatman. Number two, the man himself, the Godfather. Sam Chatman. Yes. Then you have number three, Miss Poppy Forbes. Number four,
that's my girl.
You have Miss Darlinda Russell. And I already know Darlinda is the West Side queen, so
she's a queen, brother.
Look, and you better not say that about the West Side. You're gonna have to fight her.
Don't you come nowhere else. I need you here.
You already know what that is. Number five, we got Taboo, the man, the myth, the legend. Number six, Mr. Josiah Burt, old school Joe himself. And number seven,
Josiah, the man in the middle.
The man in the middle.
The man in the middle.
That's right. And then on number 7, we got Mr. Stoney Jackson, y'all. All of these people are capable of giving you a complete rundown on the game. So they are going to be there. And then now, here's the most important part. Limited seating. Reserve your spot today. Real talk. Willie, you're going to have to add some more buses, man.
I know. You know, there have been several people calling me. They want me to do a Sunday morning. And then there's others who want to do a Sunday night so they can see Chicago skyline.
Oh, yeah.
The museum.
Oh, man. The planetarium, the aquarium, the skyline, the lake.
Chicago Bears Stadium, Chicago Bulls Stadium, Chicago White Sox Stadium.
Cubs.
The Magnificent Mile.
Yeah. The Bean.
The Robert Taylor Homes.
Yeah.
Cabrini Green.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
Yes.
It's gonna be straight fire. Straight fire.
Hey, people saying, man, you sure it's $35? Yes, $35.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's not designed to make all of the money. Yeah, you don't want to come out in the hole, but you want to make things pleasant.
Right.
Chicago, we have to put on a great presentation for our out-of-town guests. You know, when out-of-town guests come to your house, what you do? You make sure everything is in order.
Look, you clean up. You clean up. You clean your house. We're going to clean the city up.
The bathroom.
Clean your tub.
You wash your windows.
Don't play. Yeah, you got to make it sparkle and shine.
And I live right down across from the McCormick place, but I still got a room and got a suite.
Okay.
So I'm so happy to have Poppy on with us. I mean, it took her a while to call me back. I was a little worried because I'm like, oh wow. My wife asked me, she's the one who told me you probably should use Poppy. I'm like, Poppy? I didn't think about it. but she's always in the background watching Inside Steppin while I'm sitting at the desk listening to you all. But she's here
Facts.
popping in the background.
Yes.